Good evening, fellows guests, and most importantly, our new fellows to be inducted in this evening. I'm really regretful and sorry that I'm not with you in person this evening for this very special ICD centenary celebration. Like most of the other Section 8 board members, our attendance was curtailed by forces beyond our control. Given that we are celebrating the 100th anniversary of ICD this evening, my charge is to reflect on the first 100 years of the college, at least in part. Understanding history is important, we know that. It is from understanding our history that we grow as individuals and then as an organisation and develop exciting new directions for the future. My hope is that this reflection tonight will leave each of you with a recognition of the values of ICD, with a sense of pride in being an ICD fellow, and will encourage you to contribute to the future of the college. Each generation builds on the shoulders of those who come before. Background. The International College of Dentists has 15 sections now and an international section. It is comprised of 12,000 fellows in 122 countries. A long way since November 1920, when the concept of an International College of Dentists began from a simple conversation at a farewell dinner in Tokyo, Japan, maybe over a cup of tea. Dr. Louis Ottofei was returning to the United States after 21 years of service in Japan and the Philippines. The dinner host, Dr. Tsurukichi Okamura, noted the lack of communication among dentists throughout the world that prevented dentists living in remote places from learning about the latest scientific advances in dentistry. It was pointed out that even though the Fédération Dentaire Internationale, FDI, existed, it was confined to countries where the dental profession was well advanced with national dental societies in place. Dr. Ottofei returned to the United States after the next 6 years, and over the next 6 years, the concept of an international dental organisation to share knowledge and establish cordial relationships with the dentists throughout the world lay dormant, but not forgotten. At the 6th International Conference in Philadelphia in 1926, the concept was again raised, and importantly this time was endorsed by the FDI. Dr. Ottofei, who clearly hadn't left it behind, revealed plans to formalise an organisation composed of leading dentists from around the world. He suggested the organisation should be named as a college, which, according to the Oxford Dictionary, meant a collection, a body or society of persons engaged in common pursuits or having common duties and interests. We take that name as a given now. In his memoirs, Dr. Ottofei explained how he had agonised over an appropriate name for this new organisation, which really was quite original in its concept. In the beginning, the membership was free of charge and limited to 300 dentists around the world. Every country in the world was to be represented by at least one dentist. Countries were asked to nominate the ablest, most progressive, best educated, and most ethical dental practitioners. The criteria, of course, as you might expect, was so stringent that some countries could not make nominations. By December 1927, a sufficient number of dentists had shown interest, and a permanent organisation was then established. On July the 9th, 1928, the International College of Dentists was incorporated under the laws of the District of Columbia, USA, with a constitution that, interesting enough, remains pretty significantly the same today. The inaugural board of the regions was established with 15 members, including a region from Australia. Reflecting its international intent, the inaugural president was from Cuba, the vice president was from England, and the treasurer from Canada. Louis Ottofei served as the first registrar, and Tsurukichi Okamura was regent for Japan. Today, the Ottofei Okamura Award is the highest award the college can bestow. Only 11 fellows have received this award since it was established in 1998. The first ICD convention was held in Denver, Colorado in 1930, July the 22nd, at a meeting of the American Dental Association. There were 266 fellows of the college at that time, and it was proposed that in order to extend the impact of the college, membership be increased by organising sections in those countries where there were appreciable numbers of dentists. The first section was formed in, you've guessed it, Section 1 USA. Such a significant step, given that the concept of the college was only a dinner party conversation 10 years prior to this. What an amazing thing. From its inception, ICD has fostered understanding, respect and goodwill. It encouraged professionalism and academic pride, and it strove to help eliminate cultural and national barriers among its fellows. ICD fellowship has always been and remains by invitation only. Fellows are selected based on their outstanding contributions to dentistry and to progressing oral health. When identifying professional colleagues who deserve the recognition of ICD fellowship, reference is made to the 5 core values of ICD, which have remained largely unchanged over the past 100 years. Leadership, recognition, humanitarianism, education, international professional relations. You only have to visit the college website, and I hope you already have, and if not, please do so, and open up the interactive map showing the 150 humanitarian projects operating around the world. It's amazing and very humbling. I hope each new fellow here tonight appreciates the high standards you represent within the dental profession of our region. The college only seeks those colleagues who truly embody the meaning and spirit of the term Fellow of the ICD. Only about 4% of dentists in our region have the honour of ICD fellowship. I'm sure those 2 dentists meeting in Japan who saw the need had no concept that the idea would result in a flourishing college 100 years later. New fellows, let's now briefly reflect on the shoulders of those who came before you in building the Australasian section, particularly Section 8 of ICD. When sections were formed within the college, Section 29 was designated to include Australia, New Zealand, Pacific Islands, Samoa, Fiji, New Caledonia and others. In 1964, Section 8 was established as an autonomous section of ICD at the ADA conference, guess where? In Perth. In 1973, the listing for Section 8 was amended a little bit to include Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, and the section title was changed to Australasia section. By April 1983, membership stood at 175. Today, there are 793 fellows in Section 8. Isn't that amazing? 3 Section 8 fellows have served as international presidents of the college: Gordon Rowell, Sid Dobbin, and I feel very privileged to have served as the 3rd Section 8 fellow to become international president, especially as the first New Zealand fellow to serve in that role. Western Australian fellows have contributed significantly to the development of our section from the very early days. Gilbert Henderson, OBE, was one of the first Australian dentists admitted into the International College of Dentists in 1930, and one of the first regents of the Section 29 in 1932. And he played an instrumental role in proposing that Australia become an autonomous section of ICD and organising the official inauguration of Section 8 on the 30th of May 1964 during the ADA Congress, where was it? In Perth. 2 other Western Australian fellows were inducted into the Section 29 ICD, Ken Sutherland in 1954 and John Seward in 1963. Of the 4 new fellows inducted at the inaugural Section 8 convocation, 1 was from Western Australia, Dr. Ross Taylor. Of the 21 presidents of Section 8, 4 have been from Western Australia: Ken Sutherland, Spiros Halakis, Richard Cook, and of course John Owen. Each of these fellows are legends within the dental profession in Western Australia and across Australia. They need no introduction tonight to this audience, but their service to our profession is captured in the program you received this evening. I well remember the personalities, drive and influence of Ken Sutherland and Spiros Halakis have had within our profession. What a character Spiros was. And I've had the personal privilege of serving on the board with both Dick Cook and John Owen. Dick was a wonderful and exceptional man, and I sorely miss him. The Honorary Life membership to be conferred on John Owen this evening is testimony to the outstanding contribution John made during his years of service on the board. John is a wonderful leader, progressive, forward-thinking, and above all, a humanitarian. He and Jan and the entire KDT team are a role model for all of us, and we're very proud of their achievements. And this Honorary Life membership is so well deserved. I wish I could be there in person to congratulate you, John. As I reflect on my time with the college, I feel a great indebtedness to those who came before me. New fellows, you have some broad shoulders to stand upon as you take on the future leadership of the college within our region. The shoulders of fellows who had the vision, drive, aspiration and inspiration to take us to where we are today. So we complete the first 100 years and reflect on the driving motivation of our predecessors. The question is, where to next? Where will we be 100 years from now? Because of our past history and calibre of our new fellows, we can dare to believe in the future. The next 100 years is yours to begin. I know that in the Argyle ballroom tonight there sit the future leaders of Section 8, and I look forward to seeing each of you continue to grow and to learn in due course who will undertake the next mantle of ICD leadership. We are, of course, very fortunate to have Jenny Ball on the board now, and already in her short term on the board, she has proven to be a most enthusiastic and capable leader. I don't have to tell you that. The Western Australian standard of ICD leadership is in good hands. I wish to leave you tonight with a glimpse of the future of ICD. The college has come far in this 100 years. What the future has in store is exciting. For example, in mid-October, ICD received special consultative status from the United Nations. This recognition indicates the high regard in which the college is now held globally. This designation gives ICD access to the United Nations Economic and Social Council, to many subsidiary bodies of the Council, and to special events organised by the President of the General Council. Under consultative status, the college may provide expert analysis to the Council related to oral health, identify arising issues, help implement and monitor international agreements, help raise public awareness and play a role in advancing United Nations goals which are aligned with ICD goals. This consultative status is recognition of the preeminent position and the worldwide reputation of ICD in advancing global health for underserved and vulnerable populations. ICD has truly taken its place on the world stage, and our section has contributed significantly to ICD advancing to the stage. We can feel duly proud of the role we have played as fellows of Section 8. What an opportunity and an invaluable springboard for the next 100 years, and for you to pick up the challenge and go with it. In conclusion, our history is important. The place of our section within the college is important. Your role within the college is important. New fellows, lend us your knowledge, your energy, your expertise, but above all, take us by the hand and lead us into the next 100 years of ICD. You are our future. I'll end with a quote from the most famous of ICD fellows, Pooh Bear. You can't stay in your corner of the forest waiting for others to come to you. You have to go to them sometime. End of quote. Have a great evening. Enjoy the collegiality and friendship on this particular special occasion, and enjoy some quality Western Australian wine. I really, really wish I was there with you. Thank you and good night.